welcome back to the Trujillo YouTube channel, Trujillo family. Thank you for coming back. So my name is Fanchen Cox, and Trujillo is all about uplifting stories that speak truth in pursuit of justice in service of love. Today's video is all about applying to filmmaking programs. So there are programs for screenwriters, there are programs for producers, there are programs for grants to help you in many different parts of the filmmaking process. And this is an early video for you. So if maybe you're like, well, I don't even have an idea, or I'm not gonna finish school for a year or whatever, this is the right time for you to be watching this, because you're going to want to know all of the things that you need to have in order to apply to these programs. And that's what this video is going through all of the things that they ask for in applying for the program. So stick around, watch it all the way to the end. Actually, it's two parts, but this is applying for a filmmaker program. And let's call it actually getting into a filmmaker program, because that's the idea and that's what you're going to be able to do. As always, please subscribe to the channel if you like this content, and give this video a thumbs up, and also comment. So let's get into this video. You got this. Let's do this application. So first things first, you gotta choose programs to apply to. Of course, everybody knows Sundance. If you don't know Sundance, go to the website right away. If you want to be a filmmaker at some point in your life, you are probably going to have to know about Sundance. And it's good, but it's hard to get into, and people do say that there are a lot of politics involved. It's kind of who you know. So take a look at the programs they have. They have some great ones, and consider applying to Sundance. It's definitely one to find the application for and start to get to know the application ahead of time, so that you are prepared once you do reach a moment where you really are ready to apply to Sundance. Here's another great one, I have to say. I'm a little biased because it's one of my favorite filmmaker programs, filmmaker organizations. It's Film Independent, and they have a whole lot of different labs. They've got screenwriting labs, episodic labs, documentary labs. They also have a wonderful program called Project Involve. I'm happy to say I was in Project Involve quite a long time ago, but it was a great program. This is one of those places that continue to support you even once you've finished their lab. ITVS is for documentary storytelling. They have programs that will even distribute your project onto television. So if you are a documentary filmmaker, definitely go to ITVS and find their applications. Learn all about it now so that you are ready when it's time to go. Black Public Media is very similar to ITVS, but with a focus on Black filmmakers and storytelling of the Black experience. Actually, the application that I'm going through with you on this video is taken really from their call for something called Pitch Black, and it's really thorough. And so I thought this would be a great way for you to learn about Black public media and have your application ready to go. And this is one of my favorite organizations. It's MPAC, which is Muslim Public Affairs Council, the Hollywood Bureau. So they have a screenwriting lab, and these programs are impactful. They have script competitions. They work with other organizations in Hollywood. Absolutely check out MPAC Hollywood. If you are a Muslim writer, this is for you. And there's Women in Film, another great organization for women, I believe also for non-binary folks. They've been around for a really long time, so check out Women in Film. Outfest is for LGBTQ filmmakers and storytellers. They also have Outfest Fusion, which is for storytellers of color. So Outfest, I believe, is the largest festival that is dedicated to stories of the LGBTQ plus experience. And finally, these last two programs are for people with disabilities. So I've recently learned about the Inevitable Foundation, and I just adore them. We were lucky at Pearl Street to host a pitching workshop with two of their writers, the two screenwriters who were accepted into their lab. And these writers were so strong. We loved doing this pitch workshop. And I love that they are here, the Inevitable Foundation are here to really make sure that there is more representation for people with disabilities. The next one is Respectability, respectability.org. I love this organization as well. It is also for people with disabilities, and they have a summer lab, and these labs are really well attended. There are always lots of participants in these labs. Check out their website, look at their programs. If you are a person with a disability, they are very supportive, and they're doing really wonderful and exciting work. And this was really an awesome find. While I was doing this, I found this Lori's list of screenwriting fellowships and labs, and it is so good. So thank you, Lori, whoever you are. I'm going to try to find you on social and tag you and send my gratitude. But this is a great place for you to just go and find a program that fits for you. Just remember that there are programs for you, however you identify, and especially if you are a marginalized or underserved or underrepresented filmmaker out there in the world, find programs that are there to serve you, to help uplift your voice, and to add you into this industry that so needs you. So check out this wonderful list as well. So I decided to do this part of the video while I'm out walking. Why? Because I tend to be most creative when I'm out moving my body. This really is a great way to get your creative juices moving and flowing, is to get up and move around and move your body. So on that note, I'm sure you all know this, but let's talk about it anyway. You need a good title, a really good, catchy title that says what this is about, but of course can't tell you everything because the title can be very long. Okay, log lines. Let's talk about log lines. I am going to do a whole video on log lines, but in the meantime, it's something that is really, really important. You don't do a project without a log line, really. So get thoughts and advice from friends and family. Ask them about your log lines. Share it with others. Don't just go out with the very first thing you think of, because log lines are so important and they should be well thought out. I'm also going to go ahead and show you some log lines from some movies that you've probably heard of. And go ahead in the comments and add some log lines either to your films or projects or to movies that you love, and just put the log line and then we can all guess together which film or project that is. All right, so next is your synopsis. And this one, you're gonna need about 2 pages where you really break down the story. So if you're doing a film, you're gonna break down the entire plot, the entire story of the film, including some on the characters. If it's a TV show, then you would do that for the pilot. So you're just going broader than your log line, but you're really describing all of the elements in the log line. Okay, now the why you and why now. And you are gonna hear me say this to you, and you better just keep listening to it. You are the person to tell this story. Don't you ever forget that. No one else can tell this story but you. So big up yourself here. Love up on yourself in this part. You get to talk about how incredible you are and why you are the person to tell this story. Because trust me, Hollywood, as y'all know, Hollywood will be casting Julia Roberts as Harriet Tubman. We've got to let them know this is our story to tell. Watch the video on confidence on the channel and just know that you are the person to tell this story and sell yourself. And then also, why now? Why is this story important to be told now? What is urgent about it? Think about what's going on in the world. Think about historical context. Why is it important for you to be telling this story right now? And finally, what's your creative approach? So you can start by thinking about tone. And when you think about tone, for example, what colors come to mind? What visuals, what images come to mind? Start going ahead and brainstorming those. Add every ounce of creativity you've got. Truly give it all you've got. Don't think, well, no, I'm going to save that one creative idea for the next project, because you need to put it in this one. So when you get to the next project, you've got a whole new creative idea. So that's for audio. What kinds of special, interesting, and unique audio you're going to have? What kinds of interesting lighting are you going to have? Put it all here. Truly, this is your time for fun, because the next piece, we're going to get into the logistics, and honestly, that tends to be the most boring part. We're going to be talking about money and how we're going to raise that money. We're going to be talking really just about how you make the production happen. So this is your opportunity. This is your time to just go wild with it. Get excited about it, get pumped up, and go for it.